Welcome back to AFL Winners. Ben Cousins back to Perth. Terry Wallace on the chopping block. Fremantle on the rise. The clash between the Dockers and the Tigers at Subiaco on Saturday night had all the ingredients.
I thought he was disappointing last week. Look at the hit over the back by the big fella Sandilands.
Well, at least both sides pretty much know who's going to be doing the hitting. It's just a matter of who can read it the best. Johnson trying to hit up the big man himself inside the 50. That's the first part completed. So the odds are on his side.
Goes back into the corridor and pumps it long. Oh! To headland! Oh! Another goal. He finishes it off.
This is Broughton in his third game, sets it up. Is there another high flyer down there? Thornton or McFarlane were the contenders. Tiger defence pretty steadfast, but no one could stop Matthew Pavlich.
Revolt was the only one who kept his feet. Left foot kick. Oh, just didn't quite come off. Tuck still might get it. He does to Cousins. And Cousins finishes it off with a goal. Now it ends up in the hands of Hazelby, who drills it long to that man in question. Getting in front and spoiling is Moore. Headland. Snap around the corner's a beauty. He's got two. He finds Head, who loads up from 60. He hooks it slightly. It's still in play. It's another big mark, this time from Mundy. They have been eating the Mexican jumping beans, the Dockers. Back of the pack, beautifully read by Peake. Almost went without it. Decides not to kick in the end. Gives it to Johnson, who laconically puts it on the left boot and kicks the goal.
Back to Newman, and the skipper to take it inside 50.
Wonder if Dean Solomon found out who it was, Rob.
Yeah, well, it looked like he was asking.
Deledio, oh, it's a monster kick. It's a thumping drop punt. That is a magnificent goal.
With two men down, that's not a bad thing.
Cousins to Deledio, takes the mark.
Who breaks through about 75. He's going to land it in the goal square to the advantage of Nathan Brown. And he does the rest. And the Tigers have come out snarling after halftime. Trying to sell a bit. Gets the handball, inboard to Collins. He just composed himself and then kicked to the space. Morton can sniff out a goal from pretty much anywhere. And Nahas thrills us again.
This is Foley. Handballs over the top to Nahas. Nahas to Cochin. Lost his feet. Recovers again. Cochin runs into goal and kicks a ripper.
Class.
Oh! They're on the outer side of the ground. Well-placed ball for Foley. Low into the 50. Controlled well by Brown. Feeding Nahas. Everybody's getting in on the act. Even McGuan, the defender, intrudes into the forward line. They can do no wrong.
Cousins. Collins. There's a Fremantle player coming off against McFarlane. Hurt into the pocket. Revolt spun out of trouble. Dished off. Another one coming up. It's Morton.
Head for Subin, who's got a nice long left foot kick on him, and hooray, he's used it to terrific advantage. Well done, young man. Gathered by Polo. Tambling, caught the crash, and it came from the biggest man on the ground. Could have been holding the ball. It'll create an opportunity for a goal, and Mundy strolls in and pops it through. Both sides have got dismal final quarter records for the season. Just 2 and 1 quarters won, respectively. Up to half forward. Oh, nicely dished off. It opens it up for Tambling. He's had a stellar night. Needs to be sure with a kick. Richmond players know that as well, of course. Deledio, Cousins, Tuck, Thursfield. It's getting harder and harder with every disposal for the Tigers to control it. Tarrant again, creative, and Duffield with the finishing touches.
How many games has the Sharks seen?
A lot.
He's seen 847 in a row.
Here's another chance for the Tigers, and this time it's Brett Deledio. And he shows them how to do it. He's on a different plane to the rest, Brett Deledio.
Marks plays on to Peake, who goes over the top to Thornton, who runs to 50 and kicks a goal.
No one came to him. Tarrant one more time. Delivers for Hazelby. Low for a kick. A hurried snap into the goal square. Almost the mark for a kick to Johnson. Advantage goal.
Over the top to Cochin, who usually uses it well. He kicks to the pocket. Good pass. Morton. He plays on to improve the angle. so they have to go short to Mundy. Play on, not 15. He hasn't heard the call. It's over. Richmond have won it. What a remarkable game of football.
Emotional scenes for the Tigers' second win of the year. 17-13, 115 to Fremantle 17-10, 112. 35,391 at Subiaco Oval. 24 goal scorers in the match. Pavlich, Tarrant, Sandilands, Headland, Johnson and Thornton, all 2 each for Fremantle. And for Richmond, Delidio, Riewoldt, Brown and of course Mitch Morton, 2 goals each. The nightmare continues for Fremantle. Shammer, Headland, McFarlane, Johnson and Hill all in the hands of doctors this week. And for Richmond, White and Delidio will be in their medical room. But Terry Wallace might have seen his last win of his coaching career.
Look, it's a hard game and it's a hard competition, and I had a lot of text messages from a lot of people, including quite a few of the other senior coaches in the competition, and most people that I text back, I just sort of said to them that the only thing I was really looking for today was to put a few smiles back on some people's faces around Punt Road, and most particularly the playing group and the management and the staff and the board and the people that are at the workface, but also our supporter base and other people who have really done it tough around the place. So that's what it was more about. It was just more about sort of having some relief for some people who work very, very hard. Everyone in this competition works hard. It doesn't always work for you. I enjoy every game I'm involved in. I can let's assured that this is a fantastic game. It might have been my 500th, but it was just as much fun as my first.
I'd like to think that everyone recognises how tough this game was tonight, from both sides. And in the short term, it's probably going to hurt us a lot. In the long term, it might be the making of players and the team.